Aw, yeah, I never get tired of that awesome intro. Guys, welcome back. You're watching the LPL English coverage brought to you by Ghost of Gamers and Games in Asia. Once again on the casting desk tonight, I'm Pyrotechnics, joined by Chris the Man. Chris, are you ready for a game 2 that might be a little longer than last time, I would hope?
Oh, hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah, what do you think about this next game? I mean, that first one was no contest.
Well, I think YG just needs to switch up some of their stuff straight up, and maybe he needs to try to get a better read overall, because so far it has just been illusion, knowing what to do, where to be at the right time, and that's how the whole snowball got rolling.
Yeah, and that was less of a snowball, more of an avalanche at the end of it all. That was insanity, and Young Glory as looking much better coming into this next set. I mean, taking a game, I believe, off of some of the top-tier teams. Not looking quite so hot against the team that's sitting in 6th place right now. It really has been a wild ride, this split.
Yeah, so I think what IG just needs to do is to do what they have been doing in game number 1, and hopefully, just carry that momentum through. And I think there shouldn't be any problem at all. But maybe we'll see the Skarner being contested a little bit, and even the likes of that Yasuo. Maybe Zitai wants to have his hands this time around.
Well, I don't think Young Glory is going to really hotly contest too many things anymore. I mean, you've got Zitai just said, hey, you can go ahead and take your favorite mid pick, and there he goes. They gave Dangun Yasuo, and they still shut him down. Now, to be fair, he was dueling extremely well, and the biggest kill differential came about when Zitai attempted to dive and then just couldn't quite mop it up. But if they're going to rely on Dangun to carry hard, they need to come up with something different to play in this mid lane going forward, because that just didn't quite pan out the way they expected.
So I feel like maybe Info has to make a very difficult decision here. Does he want to sort of live up his bottom lane? Because if you look at it, Kin and Kitties has just been racking face down at the bottom lane, right? And yes, they did get some help from Illusion, but at the end of it all, a lot of these efforts were their own work. So
we'll see if they do better going into game number 2 here. IG on the blue side, Young Glory on the red. Picks and bans coming out hot. We've got a Jax ban immediately, followed up by a Lulu ban from Young Glory.
Yeah, I think Lulu ban is just almost mandatory in the Chinese scene, just very flexible. The Thresh ban coming out again from IG, and just don't want to deal with any of that shenanigans. Braum as well.
These flavor of the month bans, nothing targeted at all. And I understand not trying to target the mid lane as a tie because he plays everything, but you'd think maybe a Gragas ban in the top or Shyvana to try and stop Yangsu. Looks what are they going to pick first though? Hovering Nunu right now, and this would almost certainly be for Illusion. But then again, maybe not, because, Zitai.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be the Nunu though. I think it should be the Skarner. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, so he just switched it up to the Skarner at the last second. So he's just messing around. He's having fun with it. He played really well in it last time. What do they answer Young Glory? Hovering Jace right now.
Yeah, kind of a throwback to the GPL region, but
I
don't think
right.
it would be the Chase.
They're relatively geographically located. I imagine they play against each other sometimes.
Yeah, maybe that's the case, but I don't think it would be the Chase. Should be something like a higher priority, maybe a Yasuo again, or maybe they themselves will go back to that Gragas pickup, because honestly, it didn't do too badly. Are we really going to see Jace?
I think we are. He locks it in, and they also lock in Yenser's Leona.
Goodness.
Now where do they send this? Is he going top lane? Is this number 1?
Yeah, might be the case, but okay, if given my little knowledge that I have in the GPL, right, usually they try to send it into the mid lane where it get a bit more control. But it's really a wild card to try to send Jace in the mid lane, especially when you're picking it blind against Zitai, who has just a huge, diverse champion pool. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm kind of surprised that YG just brought up that Jace pick.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they give Invictus exactly what they wanted here. Kitties is going to lock Nami, a very popular pick in LPL, and Kitty's one of the few supports that actually plays Nami very successfully. They're also going to give Yangsu Gragas, so no contest this time. I mean, what's next? Kid gets to play Twitch?
Yeah, that could be a possible scenario. Or hopefully he goes something like Ezreal maybe to go up against Corki if this does get locked in. But I like IG's pick and ban phase so far because they're not giving anything away. But if you look at some of the picks that's already been drafted out, it's a pretty good making of a Yasuo composition. So we might just see Zitai going back on that again. Because if you look at it,
Zhenlong,
maybe for sure.
he takes Vayne. Well, already.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
that is very interesting actually. I mean, it's a mobility kind of pickup. It's a later game scaling pickup, but Kid is going to have a field day in this bot lane early on, especially if he locks the Corki.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be a big problem for YG because just think back to game number 1 as well. He picked a late game scaling late game scaling ADC in terms of Tristana, but he never got there. He just got shut down so early on, and Kid was just having his own merry way around it. So it's going to be a problem as I think Kid's just going to be happy to go back to that Lucian again. And the Orianna pickup is a pretty good choice. Has a bit of a disconnect between Gragas and Nami, but still a really good pickup for Zitai, I feel.
Wait. What just happened? Nidalee just got locked in right now, and currently she's being given to Diangoon. This is 410. This is no longer Spears for Days Nidalee.
Yeah, some real interesting pick coming up from YG, and I think it's not too bad of a choice when you look at it, because in game number 1 they try to play their own standard game. They drafted out this Yasuo composition which Diangoon is really efficient on, but they couldn't one up against IG. So in game number 2 maybe they're just going all out, going with something else, trying to throw IG off guard, and maybe this is the composition that they need, drafting Olaf, drafting the likes of Jace as well. A lot of mobility is going to coming through from there, and I think Nidalee, who's going to be able to provide a new angle of siege and poke as well. So very interesting choices, but I think it should be an exciting game to watch.
Yeah, this is really curious from Young Glory. Very safe pickups, comfort picks almost on a lot of champions. You see Orianna just kind of one of those good blind combo picks anyways. They have a lot of ways to really follow that up if they want to. But on the side of Young Glory, really big gambles. And, well, they're the serious faces. You can see, look at the difference here. IG just kind of laughing it up, and Young Glory is, guys, we got to focus on this one. Let's go. All right, well, let's see how this game goes, because after just a couple commercials, we'll be back. Game number 2, can Young Glory pull this one out, or are they doomed to go 0-2 against their sister team? We're going on to the Rift right about now. And there we are. That was quick, wasn't it? So here we go. Young Glory on the red side this time, Invictus Gaming on the blue. And they've got to have some kind of different strategy up their sleeves. What could they be thinking with Diangoon on a mid lane Nidalee? A Nidalee that is more bruiser-oriented this time, actually starting Doran's Blade, so that gives it away AD. At least starting AD.
I think it's not too bad of a choice for Nidalee to start with the Doran's Blade, just to get the extra bit of trade-off. I think it has been debated at level 1 with the new changes to Nidalee that she has an extremely strong level 1 trade-off. And she's going for Ignite as well, so she could possibly go for a very early all-in against Orianna when she's not that strong yet, doesn't have the command shockwave trait or the threat of some of the items coming in. So I guess that's the little bit of strategy that they might be trying to pull here. But generally it's a very diverse composition coming in from YG, and with no theme to it, that might be a problem going up against IG, who they have a little bit of disconnect, like I was talking about, between Orianna and Gragas and Nami, but overall still they can make some picks happen, and Illusion once again back on that Skarner. So it's, we did see in game number 1 how he was able to hover around the map so quickly, and that's going to be a problem that YG really needs to deal with.
Here's the other thing too, we didn't even talk about it. I was so completely enthralled by this Nidalee pickup, as looks like the bush camp from IG gets spotted out, that there is an Olaf in this game as well, and it is Yinfu playing it. So Olaf is not a champion I've seen in pro play for a little while, actually. And I'm not that I'm not happy to see it, especially not that skin. That is the best skin ever.
The bro love skin, you know.
Yep.
Hey bro, what's up? Let me chill some axes at you. Let me bro at you.
Oh, dude, his ult's the best. Bromacia! It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how this fits into the comp, and looks like they're going to switch it up. So you have Dangoon going top to deal with Youngsu. This makes a little bit more sense to me. I guess they were flex picks.
Yeah, and so like I was saying, you know, it's kind of dangerous to send Jace to go up in the top lane as well. And you know, right now both the solo laners for YG has not gone for any sort of teleport, so they are, you know, just moving away from the meta for a bit. But I think what this means is that YG are going for very strong lanes over here, and I guess that's the way that they might just try to win out this game. Just go for very strong lanes, snowball their own lanes, and then subsequently pick up the victory from there. But I guess with the caliber from Youngsu and Zitai, they should be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I still suspect IG to be able to handle this. If there's any team that's not going to get thrown through a loop by some weird picks, it's probably Invictus Gaming. But maybe Young Glory knows something we don't. Olaf just going to start clearing through his jungle there. Yinfu not quite ganking just yet, but Kitty's now getting chased on. Yansur going for it. Ignite should be able to be enough to get the first blood. It's going to go over to Yansur, however. So if that's any silver lining for Invictus, Kid and Kitty's actually got a little surprised by that. But here comes Illusion to try and clean this one up. Can he even this out? Red buff is there, and they see it. Yansur going to be able to stun him up. However, they're still chasing forward onto Zhenlong. Can they mop this one up? A Q comes in. Kid chasing forward, relentless pursuit, and down he goes. Kid making big use of that Lucian pick, and it's 1 kill to the AD carry versus 1 kill to support. Uh-oh, Zitai now caught up in the middle. Power slam. Not enough damage. Ignite taken away. And yeah, that was a nice attempt. Gank attempt by Yinfu, but you see one of the reasons Olaf not so hot in the meta as he doesn't really have hard CC to try and gank with.
Yeah, but he's going to be scaling immensely into the late game to be a big tanky scary monster, but that is if he gets there. But I think for YG at least they have that decent trade down the bottom lane, and it was that dual lane bottom that handled it.
Yeah, okay, and they have good trading in the mid apparently as well, because IG, Illusion with Zitai, managed to mop up a couple more kills onto number 1 and onto Yinfu, so this gives them free push for just a minute. Zitai doing a good job staying alive.
Yeah, and once again we do see the roam from Illusion just coming through for IG in this game, and picking up a double kill for you know, Zitai right at the start is definitely huge as an Orianna going up against a Jace, which means that you will be able to get access to your items faster and will be able to trade better, because usually it's quite an even trade until something like that happens. Giving a double kill is not a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So here you see the replay coming in. Zitai barely survived that one, and Illusion has looking very deadly on the Scorpion. I mean, that was just fantastic counterplay.
Yeah, so right now, YG definitely getting caught off guard a little bit, even though they were the ones to pull out the unorthodox strategies for going with the Jace and the Nidalee as well. So my big question is if Zhenlong is going to be able to keep up to the pace against Kid, because when he played Tristana to go up against Lucian, not too big of a play for him.
Yeah, I think Lucian is a champion that he's probably going to be reasonably comfortable on, but they just sort of picked it as a sure, safe thing in general. Young Glory definitely looking for this late game scaling, but they've been very aggressive despite it, and you'd think they would play a little bit more passive and just try to play the farm game, but here we go. You see Yansur hiding out in the bushes with Yinfu, waiting for Kid and Kitties to go a little far forward, and they're trying to get the Vayne bait out, but Vayne already half health just by a little bit of combo with the Q from Lucian and Nami as well. This is, yeah, going to force Yinfu to back away from this one. I feel like they're being far more aggressive than they need to be at this stage of the game.
It was a giveaway as well when Zhenlong just stepped way over the river as well. It's a pretty obvious telltale sign towards Kid and Kiddos that Kitties that there's something going on there. So Illusion though making some really good movements. Should be going up to the top lane again, or maybe into the mid one. Sorry, I was just looking at the map for that.
A second. He's waiting for any opening he can find, and number 1 has been extending pretty far past to try and get some kills here on Zitai, and he's going to get seen out though by Yinfu. Illusion though, a little bit higher health. Can he deal though? I don't know. Olaf's going to get that true damage in with the E now. Illusion turning it around, and there's a ball delivery system Zatai helping Illusion mop that one up. He'll secure the kill for himself. 3-0 now on Oriana. And down in the bot lane, Kitty's mopped a kill up, while Kid barely stayed alive thanks to the health bar. And once again, it's Invictus Gaming taking that early game lead, free pushing after the fact, and no lane for Young Glory is winning right now.
Yeah, that's definitely a bad situation to have when you look at it. Zatai is 3-0-1. Oh, sorry, 3-0-0 with the clean up from the ball delivery as well. And Illusion also making his way into the blue box, taking that away from Infu.
Yeah, let's see
a
this
big
replay
problem
now.
to deal with.
Bot side Kid goes really far forward, nearly gets the kill, actually dashes, and then gets knocked back. But Zhenlong cannot take him down, and Yancer tries to follow it up with a kill. Ignite ticks away. Kid stays there. The nice bubble from Kitties comes in. Yeah, that was just miraculous saves, and they've been escaping very, very well. But the results are clear. The aggression, the over-aggression from Young Glory has now resulted in 3 kills for the mid lane and 2 for the bot. Well, 3 for the bot as well, if you count the one that's owned by Kitties.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why we've been giving so much credit over to Kitties, and Illusion and Yinfo's gonna fight again. Or not.
Or not.
I'm a couple of seconds behind.
Yeah,
so.
Youngsu, that was close. That was very close. Youngsu now. He has been holding out very, very well against this Nidalee in the top side. And you'd argue that Nidalee might be a decent counter pick on 410 to a top lane Gragas, but they just haven't played it that well. He's been trying, but he's still getting zoned out by the Fat Man.
Yeah, and I think it's also the fact that Youngsu is just so comfortable in the top lane.
Illusion finding Infu again, the ball coming in. Can he get the kill? I don't know. Illusion's low, he gets him. He's getting ignited though, and he gets taken down by #1. Ball is going to land on him. That is going to be a shockwave, not enough to take him down. Zatai though, more than happy to try and dive forward on this. And he's just going to send out a bit more poke. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, Kid getting locked up. Kitties is there in the back trying to keep him alive. Flash forward, but he runs right into the tower. He's going to get taken down by Zhenlong. Youngsu, though, teleporting in. And that's going to be all she wrote for Vayne. Down goes Zhenlong the Dragon. Still 8-3 kill spread right now for Invictus. Yancer will manage to get out.
Yeah, I like the fact how Youngsu just used that cast with a big heavy slam down onto Zhenlong to shut him down. So, he picked up a nice kill, but it's not going to matter too much. Kid is still pretty much far ahead in this lane.
Yeah, this is... oh, whoa. #1. Excuse me, not #1. I'm expecting to see #1. It's because...
Jangoon.
He was in the top lane. It's Jangoon. He does pick a nice kill into Zatai. That's much needed shutdown gold, actually, and he gets double buffs. But he's got to stay alive here. He's pretty low on health, and the spears don't hurt as much as they used to, so Jangoon now going to go back to his favorite lane, and they might try to go for Dragon here, but Illusion hanging around the side. There was actually quite a power play made by Young Glory here. Yeah, they're going for this Dragon Illusion. He's around the side, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's going to be a 2v4 then, 3v4 actually.
No, they secure it up. Now they want to try and take a fight here. That was actually a really nice move from Young Glory to put some gold back in their pockets, and they just about even it up, all things considering.
Yeah, so not too bad, and right now there's only 700 gold that's separating these two teams, and I was kind of wondering whether this composition that YG has drafted out is going to be effective against IG, but so far it's not so much about the champion picks, but it's just how YG has been responding really well to some of the things that IG has been sort of not taking into account and just capitalizing on the little mistakes that they have. So in that sense, YG still pretty much in this game, 10 minutes in, not that big of a difference as compared to game 1, where they were just yeah. So very good chances for them.
So Young Glory, as you mentioned, definitely responding a lot better to the threats coming out of Invictus, and they seem to have eased up a little bit on the over-aggression. This time they're just trying to play the lanes a little bit, but they do get some nice roams off to pick kills. You saw Dangoon going to mid, which is not a sentence I would expect to say since Dangoon usually is in mid, but he roamed this time, and he's been able to hold his own in this top despite being zoned a little bit out by Youngsu. Now Illusion camping in that brush. Don't go into tall grass alone. Come on, there's always a Skarner in there. It's not a Garen this time. I'm actually going to put a trap down, and there we go. Finding Illusion. Run away. They're going to try to dive him, maybe not. So he's staying safe for the time being, and that gives Yinfu a little bit of an opportunity to go wherever he wants to. Kid and Kitty's now pushing up on this bot side, and that might look like a really juicy target. Illusion, meanwhile, giving up on that top side, and he's looking to go mid. Tower's going to fall, though. First one of the game over to Invictus Gaming. Oh, Nidalee jumping forward. Youngsu. He'll be okay. Or maybe not. Walks into a spear.
really long lead from Diangun as well. So
yeah, that's a new Italy for you. Big gap closers when you have the hunted mark on.
such an annoyance, really, when you think that you'll be safe from the Italy, but he just comes pouncing for you from
Well,
like
is
a
the
mile
Italy
away.
safe? I don't think so. That was probably an unnecessary shockwave, but they secured that one, and it's actually Yangsu popping up the kill there. Meanwhile, Young Glory taking the opportunity that they're 3 top right now to push forward on the mid. Nice reaction. Nice read on what was happening. And that is a nice answer, actually. Here goes Zhenlong. He's going to get the final hour out, but he can't really follow up really with any damage. He just gets kind of zoned away.
Yeah, so Kitty's just doing his job as his support, making sure that Kid is going to be able to transit really well into the lane. And that said, though, he's not doing too bad for himself as compared to last game when he was down by 40, 50 CS. And with Vayne now in his own pockets, he should be scaling effectively into the late game. But then again, the big question mark is going to come in whether they even get there or not.
Yeah, this time Young Glory, though, is definitely looking a lot better going forward. Anyways, the real big question is what do they try to do to scale out? Whoa, Yansur going to go forward onto Illusion. Wow, they find a lot of people down here. Young Glory looking to turn onto Kid, and Kitty's now looking for this tower dive. I don't know if they'll be able to take it. Not a mini wave pushing forward. Zatai hastening down to this bot side, but you've also got Diangun moving there. Everybody on Young Glory looking to dive this tower. Kid and Kitty smell this, and they should be able to get out. Kid a little bit far behind. The dive's going to happen. Bubble coming out to try and zone away. Kid's half health. There's the defensive Nami ult. Italy looking for something. Finds Kid with the spear. I think they might just have to settle for a tower.
Yeah, so I guess this is something that they should have done in game number 1 as well, because if you look at it, there is a lot more things that they could have done in game number 1 when they tried to go for this 5-man pushes, and that's exactly what we are seeing here. They don't get the kills, but at least they get the objectives for themselves, and that keeps the goal balance in check for the least, for the most parts.
Oh, absolutely. They've been really recognizing where the strength of IG is and pushing in the opposite direction, and it's allowed them to stay relevant. They got the bot tower, they got the mid tower. A lot of that off of a lot of aggression in the top side. And now Diangun goes far forward. He's going to get locked up with a wombo combo of ults. He still stays alive, though. Nearly going to get a heal out. Nope. That's an Ignite ticking down. Zatai going to pick up that kill. Illusion now grabs Yansur. Tries to pull him all the way back into Zatai. There's Yinfu around the side. Can he get this one out? That's a lot of true damage being dealt, but he's still a big Scorpion. And Yinfu, excuse me. I combined both their names. Trying to kite away. Stays alive for the time being. Here comes in Jace. I don't know if Yansur going to survive this one. They're chasing them away, and nobody except Diangun goes down. That is incredible. Oh my goodness! Oh, to the side! There comes Zhenlong. He's chasing forward. He's going to avoid the ball entirely, and he's going to get Zatai. No, he doesn't. He hasn't gotten him. Oh, man, Illusion. He somehow survives that one. Zatai helps kite it away, and just as it looked like it was going in favor of Young Glory, Invictus Gaming turned it around again.
I just caught on the idea why you got so excited when Zhenlong was coming in from there. Well, I have to give props to Kitties. Great Aqua Prison to lock up the members from YG there to make sure that they could turn the tide of the battle around.
Yeah, and now
so
Diangun,
the tide of the battle.
He's in a bad spot. He lost half his health bar just trying to hunt down Illusion. Kitties is chasing him. How about this Nami, though? Oh, that's a nice flash bubble. Ignite goes down. Illusion should be able to mop this one up. Trying to heal up. Diangun got nowhere to go. Down he goes.
Wow, this time around, Kitty's definitely making all the plays on this game, and
yeah,
IG got caught in a couple of bad positions, but at the end of the day, it's still their mechanical chemistry that's coming through for them, and that's the reason why they have been, keeping in check, keeping in lead in this one. 14-7 in terms of kills and 4,000 as well.
Yeah, this game is still more even, as crazy as that is to say, at this point in time than it was last time. But Invictus is starting to turn up the gas. This is exactly what they did last time. They got themselves little advantages early on that just turned huge because they kept taking more and more and more. And now that the tower lead is pretty small, but the gold lead and kill lead is substantial. And although Young Glory secured the first dragon, the second one going to be a lot harder for them to grab, especially now that the majority of Invictus Gaming is already here to contest it. The only one back right now, Kid, and I think they should be able to stall this one out.
Yeah, they should be able to do it. We'll see if that's a breakout. as in a fight that breaks out at the Dragon Pit, though.
I expect this to definitely be a big fight. However, there have been a lot of back and forth so far, and a lot of skirmishes, really, and Young Glory have been the ones initiating them. IG is just playing so much better reactively.
I have to say, though, if Young Glory kind of kites around in the fights, they should be able to, you know, take some fights for themselves. There's a lot of sustained damage coming in from them, but the problem is that they have always been going head on and trying to resolve the fights as quickly as they can. They
There's
should
head
just
on again.
take it.
Illusion, that's a solar flare. He gets ignited, he's still got the shield, the ball's coming in, they land on everybody, and it looks like Answer's going down. Kid picks that one up, Yinfu realizes his team's in trouble, tries to run away. Brahmasya is not enough to keep him alive, and they take down 3 members of Young Glory for none. That is going to be a dragon, almost certainly, over to Invictus Gaming, and they are still looking so much better.
Very good timing for IG to go in on that as well, because YG had a limited vision on what was going around the area. So IG just collapsed down onto them on multiple areas, and that allowed them to, you know, take the fight easily for themselves. We did see the Command Shockwave Man on 2 members of YG, I believe, and
I think
that one definitely.
I think it hit Yinfu too, but he had his ult on. So he didn't get knocked back by it, he just took the damage.
So yeah, so because of that, IG is just coordinating all these team fights better. So as compared to game number 1, where it was a lot about picks and a lot about you know, just snowballing the lanes ahead, this one is more of the team fights, and how IG has been coming out ahead is that they kept their cool. They know exactly when to burn their cooldowns, and whereas YG, you know, they look slightly better as compared to game number 1, but still not finding the groove yet to deal up against this IG squad.
Yeah, and you have to be happy for Invictus Gaming, because after all the pressure on them just to perform and having it not really been lived up to this split, they look really comfortable in the driver's seat right now to take a pretty clear game number 2 if this sets up. Youngsu, though, has to be a little bit careful. He puts out a barrel and it explodes onto the kitty cat. Italy not wanting to take that fight. Dangoon right now, you got to maybe question these pickups. They thought they could maybe pull one over on Invictus, but they just are completely unfazed by this, and they've really been turning these fights around quite well.
Yeah, maybe not so much on the champion picks, but it's just overall some of the decisions that they make. Maybe it's unfamiliar, the fact that they are not so familiar with the champions as well, but...
Well, the mechanics too. Now Youngsu, he's chasing down Dangoon, and whoa, actually it's Dangoon gets the kill. That was a nice Flash Ignite used by Nidalee, so they did turn that one. However, Dangoon has really nowhere to go except try to push this wave, and there's a huge siege right now on the mid side. Invictus Gaming, every time one team does something, the other one trying to answer back, but Invictus still in the lead, 4 towers to 2 right now, not quite 20 minutes yet, and they have the map wide open.
Yep, and with the composition that they have, they should be able to put a lot more pressure as compared to YG. And, you know, the big thing about it is that the carries from YG are not able to get access to farm and all this gold that they are trying to get in order for them to be ahead. So IG can roll over them pretty easily, and Zitai already has that very early death cap built up for him, which means that he's going to wave clear just for days and nights.
Yeah, this is scary. Whoa, that's an offensive Nami ult, and they are trying to chase forward, but they'll be happy to take a tower anyways. And take notes, LPL supports, that's how you use a Nami ult offensively. Ride the wave. If they stay in it, they're dead. If they don't, well, we'll get a free tower. That's fine.
Well, at least for that one, they got the better out of it. At least they got the turret through. Forced them back for a bit.
I mean,
just laying down the wave.
It's just a little advantage, and they love to snowball it. This is what IG's been doing this series. Working for them well, and they've got 8,000 more gold in their pocket to show for it.
Yep, so right now back into the game. Actually, IG could just easily back this in the pocket, but I think they're just giving the respect over to IG.
Well, maybe not too much. They grab Yansur and Pale. He can't even get a Zenith Blade out. Kid's going to get that kill. Now Illusion chasing forward, forces number 1 to flash away. They're chasing out Yinfu now. Youngsu, as low as he is, he's got the ball on him, and that forces Yinfu's ult. They've had to spend this individually. They're split so far. The Colling's going to come out. Kitty's on the chase. He gets the Aqua Prison down, and Illusion now cuts him off, and Kid, he says, see you later. That was a nice piercing light. Vayne, though, going to manage to take down Youngsu. Zhenlong not going down without a fight, but this could be a wipe. The ball's coming in. That was huge. That was an ace, except for not exactly an ace, because the answer comes up at about that second, but that definitely will be Baron in favor of Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, and sorry for viewers if you kind of hear me stuttering for a bit because I'm trying to figure out. I'm a couple of seconds behind, so
you get to watch that.
You
get to watch that again, though.
Yeah, so a couple of big plays happened there with Kitties landing the bubble again with the flash, you know, through the flash, and Zitai as well from over the wall, just going for the command shockwave, and that definitely came out huge. Yensa trying to run some interference, but I don't think he'll be able to do that. Has to flash out as well, in fact.
Yeah, that was a brilliant fight with the way they cut off positioning. Now, Zhenlong was able to do something with it. He went over to take down Yangsu, but it really was just a consolation prize. He came up in time. I believe he still has the Baron buff. IG really in the driver's seat on this one. Huge gold lead right now. The towers should be easy to knock down, and all they have to do is just brute force their way in for an easy 2-0.
Yeah, and you know, this Olaf pick not working out for Info and all, going 0-5 and 4. And even for everyone else on the side of YG not coming out strongly, they did try something to pull off against IG, but unfortunately the execution wasn't clean. So it's going to be a big problem and something that might want to look at the drawing board again.
Yeah, now they're chasing, trying to catch anything they can onto Yangsu, but they spend so many resources, and he still gets away. Now there's a 3-man push in the mid lane. Kid is going down to help Yangsu out bot. This is forcing a mass recall from the side of Young Glory, and Invictus Gaming, they're just scaring the hell out of them. Okay, we'll let the wave push. Now we'll go up to the top. They can really do anything they want. They have complete map control at this point.
Yeah, and with all the members from IG, they're so farmed up. Especially for Zitai, only died once, 7-1 and 11, and keeping a 50 CS lead over his counterpart. Well, even though Denkun was in most parts up in the top lane, but you know, still.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Now they can take this last outer turret that remains. Invictus should be able to secure it if they want to dive onto that. Not sure if they do. There's still a wave pushing, but everybody from Young Glory is here to contest this, and this leaves Yangsu free to push that. Oh, the wave's going to come out. They're looking for the chase down. That was a big bubble, a double bubble, and a ball. Huge combination coming out of Invictus Gaming, and now Jace trying to run out of the fight. Looks like it's going to be Kitties falling down. They still turn it on around, and they manage to find Jace as well. Nami going down in that one, like I mentioned, and Dangoon trying to kite away from the fight. Kitties is the only one dead on Invictus. Yenser trying to bait something in here, but it's only the 2 of them alive. They're pinging for that last inhibitor turret, or that one inhibitor turret, I should say, and they should be able to get it, but they're still thirsty for kills. Yangsu now going forward to chase with Zitai. He's not done. He's going to flash in. He gets the ult off. That's half a health bar on Nidalee, and it looks like the Zenith Blade is going to zone him away for just a moment, but they should have no trouble mopping up Yenser. Zitai now getting the credit for that one, and Yangsu chasing Diangoon out, has to jump into the Baron pit, and he's pretty low. But they didn't take down the Nexus, or the inhibitor turret.
Oh my goodness, Denkun taking a big bunch of damage before he managed to lead past on that Baron terrain, but yeah, IG, I love that synergy coming through from Zitai and Kitties. It's not exactly the best and easiest to pull off, but
yeah, here's the chase now. Young Glory. Whoa, Dangoon. Half his health bar gone in the blink of an eye. Illusion, though. He's in trouble. He's going to fall down. However, they trade his life for number 1, and that inhibitor is looking like it's a target. So, Kid, eat the spirit of the back, but Yangsu still pushing forward on it. He dashes away, tries to distract everyone. Dangoon is pretty low. Zitai, no, he's going to be low too. Inhibitor's number 1 is going to fall, and it looks like Invictus Gaming might want to push forward on this one. No, they want to dive for kills. They are so hungry for these. Huge gold lead, but they want even more. Dangoon getting chased out by Yangsu now, and meanwhile, everybody else from Invictus Gaming joining in the hunt. Can they catch the Nidalee? They're waiting for everyone to come back up, though, on the side of Glory. Happy that they have a brief moment to catch their breath. Well, everybody but Dangoon anyways. That is a Gragas that will not stop. Drinking while he runs. Here we go. The great chase continues. He's going to dash forward. One more barrel. More damage onto Dangoon. He's slowed again. Ult comes out. That's going to be it. Zitai taking that kill. Oh, Kiddies. He's getting locked up by Info. There's a nice bubble out there. And Kid trying to get enough damage to take down the Olaf, and he'll do it. Kiddy stays alive. Brilliant play. And they have triple the kills this game. Young Glory might want to be hitting that surrender button in just a second. Ace comes in. They're going to be able to take this, and there it is at 26.5 minutes. Surrender number 2. And Invictus Gaming, huge set of wins. And this is looking great for them.
Yeah, which means that they will be one step closer to chasing onto the the 5th position place, and which means that LGD will be on the toes in the very next matchup against Starhorn.
Yeah, that was something incredible. But guys, after a couple of games that ended as quick as those ones, we've got a little break on our hands. We'll be taking you into the commercial break, and then we like to give you a little bit of caster insight and some expert insight on our segment, The Finger Trap, after that. But if you stick around after that, we'll be bringing you the next set of the night, which will be Starhorn Royal Club facing off against LGD. Be sure to check it out only on the LPL in English, guys. We'll be back with you in just a bit.
我相信，靠近梦想的每一步都是无。